G'day everyone. I had a nice little mess up with my intros. I picked the wrong countdown thing, and I was trying to quickly get off me invites to the different Discords, and bloody amateur hour, I tell you. Just the things that happen. G'day, El Nanny. How are you, mate? Yes, you're first. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm sorry to disappoint everyone, but Chalk won't be around for today or tomorrow, as far as we're aware. She's got family visiting and has decided that real family takes a bit of priority. I know, I feel gutted as well. What do we do? But feel free to fly any questions or anything. We'll get some topics underway and see what we can come up with. You never know, we might be able to drag something up. Can only try. Geez, I go from 4 to 1. Can't go from 4 to 1. They're just lurking. They're just not being visible. You never know. Can only be so lucky. We done our Monday live stream, and Leon Decord won the prize of 6,000 calf, and he donated that for people to purchase a NFT in the next 2 weeks. Will go into a second draw that can win 6,000 calf as well. So it's a little added incentive that the kind generosity of Leon has decided to offer cause for the calf. So if anyone wants to take him up on that offer, 6,000 calf awaits. So I know, hopefully we can only go that way. You can only try and hope. I don't think yesterday we had a little bit of something, and then a couple of people decided to remove a position, and yeah, we sort of bounced around a bit, but what do you do? Yeah, I'm just having a look at the chart at the moment, just seeing what there is. And yes, that's all you can do. What have we got here? Some people are finishing out their positions, so that's, well, maybe not. I don't know, I didn't scroll down far enough. A, B, C. No, coffee. Oh no, they got some left. That's all right. So yeah, well, whoever's here, welcome. Thank you for joining. Please feel free to ask questions or make your opinions known or whatever it might be, and we'll see what we can do. Otherwise, I'll just sit here like a stunned mullet. Chalk reckons I do all right by myself, but I don't know. It's all right when you got a conversation. I got up to 150. I I think it is. $130 now on TikTok. My last videos, which is like feeding calves and putting the GoPro on a calf. Actually, I should be able to show that here. I should be able to share a screen with my TikTok, shouldn't I? I don't see why I wouldn't be able to. And then we'll just... Nice. Well, we shall go to my profile, right? Then I'll go back to Streamyard and I will see if I can share it. So please feel free to ask any questions. Let us know that you're here, whatever it is that you want. Be obviously fantastic if you do. There you go. I can share it. There you go. So you can see, like me earlier videos, I keep getting stuck around this 250 mark, something like that. And, you know, it's wherever you look, it's always like, where's the up and down thing? I don't know. Over there. Right. Well, always around that, you know, except for the little, some videos don't get much at all, but other ones are around the 250. And then the last couple of days, I've been changing the algorithms a bit on how to get viewers, and suddenly going up to into consecutive videos into the 1,000 views, 2,000 views. So yeah, it's been a pleasant hi Whale Miner, how you going, mate? Welcome and thank you for joining. Just scrolling through me TikTok and showing, yeah, that I'm getting the viewer count up a lot now. Like, I was always stuck on about 250 views per video, sort of, obviously give or take a bit, but these last videos I've been doing have been, you know, sort of 1,500 to 2,000 views a video, and consecutive videos too, and not all the same. So it's a pleasant change to see, you know, more viewer uptake. And I've got 130 now following, so that's gradually building. Each day I seem to be getting, you know, up towards sort of 10 people a day, I suppose. So it's building quite nicely. But, you know, yeah, absolutely. Actually, I should click on that, shouldn't I? And then everyone can see it. I don't know. Every now and again, I forget what I'm doing. And yeah, but that's all you can do. So, do you see are you part of my TikTok channel, Whale Miner? Because, you know, obviously I don't really know who's there and who's not or whatever. But do you see the sort of videos and stuff that I'm putting out? Been able to get sort of progressively better sort of content, or starting to get that way now that we got the GoPro here. And we've done a unique thing, as if you're on TikTok, you would see it, where I got a dog harness type attachment that, you know, straps around the body, and you can put the GoPro either on the chest or on top, just behind the head, sort of on the shoulders. And there's a couple of videos on there of the calf with wearing the GoPro and going about his business, walking around and eating hay and drinking water and all that sort of stuff, from a viewpoint that we don't normally get to see as such. So Yeah, it makes for something a bit more unique. Yeah, I know. I always get tired because it's bloody, even though it's only 8:39, but I didn't have a nap today. I was busy carting dirt and stuff like that. So yeah, it is. No, it's good. So did you see that at all on TikTok? I think I've got it on YouTube as well. Because I try and post most things on both of them. Geez, haven't I got... Don't tell me I haven't got that content on YouTube. I have to have a better look because studio is a little bit awkward to see your video, so I'll have a look on YouTube at my own channel and I will see. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I thought I would have done because I try and put the content on both platforms, so you know, because obviously broader reach. That's what you got to do. We don't make the content for just shits and giggles. Obviously, we're trying to get it seen. Yeah. Yeah, it would be. Of course. Why would you be fibbing about what time of day it is? Of course it would be that late. Anyway, Bitcoin moving up, so trading. Yeah. So you, I know you're saying about mining stuff. How do you go? Because I know that in your avatar you got the RTX for like using processor mining. Is that the sort of mining you're doing, or you're doing, you know, like, I forget the name of what they do for Bitcoin and stuff like that now, or is that what you're using for Bitcoin mining? Because they have these specialized mining things. Yep, the names get me, but I did know it once. Just when I thought I would just jump into my memory, it lets me down. So probably why I'm always a bit sleepy, even though it's only early in the night. But it always gets me a bit too. So such is life. You just got to do what you got to do. How about if we share my screen and I'll go back to TikTok for a bit? And this one is pretty cool. Last night you said that you loved me. Was it the drugs in your bloodstream? Last night you said that you loved me. What about today? 'Cause last night you said that you loved me. Didn't even stinker the coffee. Last night you said that you loved me. What about today? Yes. What do you reckon? The view's pretty cool, isn't it? And tomorrow I'll see you and we'll pretend that it's gonna be fine. So the 100 graphics cards, are they more or less than a ASIC miner in its capacity, or whatever you call it? Oh, yes, okay, I get you. Obviously a professional show here. You mightn't think so, but this, for whatever reason, I sort of got a migrainey head sort of on this side here, and it's just, but that's just, I've got to live with it. So you just sort of get used to it. That makes everything a bit blurry and not so fast in reacting. I'll blame that anyway. But, you know, like, I hear that, well, from people that I know, they say the graphics cards are just very expensive and difficult to get returns that compensate for the cost. Thanks, Leon. Cheers, mate, for calling in. Yeah. You trying to get as many BTC as possible stored up ready for the halving, because that seems to be the thing to do with well, it's always the thing to do with Bitcoin, though, isn't it? Is trying to stock it rather than dispose of it. It's like everything, you probably live on nothing, and then because all you just don't want to sell anything, and so you just want to keep. But maybe I'm wrong. But I would imagine with Bitcoin, that's the way it would be, that you would want to accumulate. But different strategies for different people. I was carting some dirt today, fixing up one of the paddocks where the calf paddocks down at the sheds get sort of bogged away and worn out. And so I brought a truckload, which is, like 12 cubic meters of topsoil down. So I got a stockpile of it up the back, and then spread that around as best as I sort of could because the ground's pretty wet. And brought a load of shale around to fix the driveway sort of up a bit as well. So that's what I was mainly doing today. Maintenance sort of stuff on the yards and stuff down there. Well, on a paddock, and of course there's more paddocks to do, but Rome wasn't built in a day. Just like everything, you just chug your way through it. Oh, sorry, Leon. Chalk's not going to visit today. She's got family in town, and so she said, sorry, but I'm not going to be there. Power is always the thing, isn't it? Bloody electricity for running the proof of work, where it's expensive on power. I don't know whether the other things are that much better or not, but supposedly, but don't know. I'm sure you can tell me. I know. Yeah, I almost wasn't going to turn up because I sort of got this migraine type head here, but that's just fairly common and normal. So I thought, bugger it, I'll just turn up and try and put on some sort of show. Can only try. There's been some things going on in our space lately, hasn't there? Prado doing his thing. What do you guys think about that? Don't know. Welcome to whoever's turning up, because I see the numbers are jumping up. So please feel free to ask questions, say statements, whatever it is. Anything goes within reason, of course. But yeah, please feel free to say g'day. Chalky is so lucky. Thank you, Captain America. You're just awesome. Thanks, mate. Well, I had a pretty big day. I'll take some photos of what I was doing. It looks like a real mess down there at the calf sheds because but I haven't got any footage of it. But so now I've sort of got this migrainey head, but that's just typical of a day when you don't get a granddad nap, you know. And yeah, just doing my thing. But I carted a load of topsoil down to one of the paddocks today and spread it out. And I carted a load of shale down there. If you know what shale is, it's just sort of rocky material with a little bit of clay in it, but I use it for road base, driveways and stuff like that. When you see my footage, the sort of white sort of coloured driveways, that's the shale. And we got lots of it up the back, so that's where I cart down. I've got a 6-wheeler truck that I had when I was bobcatting, you know, many years ago. And yeah, so I was doing a bit of yard maintenance today, you could say. Yeah, today on that, well, the price manipulation that's on ESCO, you stay out of it. That's probably a wise thing. I don't play ESCO one little bit. I haven't been interested in it at all. After what Brian was carrying on with me about one, well, then he can basically do whatever he wants because it doesn't bother me. And that's being polite. Yeah, there was some interesting stuff going on there with treasury cells and supposedly to some sort of bot thing, and it was like, right, how does that work? Because all the bots do is to trade at whatever the price point is. It doesn't flush anything out or stop anything. I've never had that explained to me, and I have a pretty good understanding of how that works. So I just don't know how that works. So yeah. It's funny that BL guy has turned off Prado. It's because Prado was shilling worldwide in ESCO Discord. That's why. And of course, don't step on Daddy's toes. Otherwise, you'll get him upset. And that's what's happened. And when they get upset, of course, their egos take over and they sort of get a bit sort of physical in the virtual way, like delete and time out or remove or whatever it is that you're going to do. So, like, I would imagine that if anybody went in there into ESCO and started talking about worldwide, well, then I'm sure they will get treated the same way. So, yeah. So this is a monetized thing for Chalk. Because I know she was monetized. That must be why it comes up. I don't know anything about that at all. But seriously, if Captain America, if you have done like a $5 super sticker and Chalk gets $5, then that is bloody unreal, mate. Like, seriously, she's going to be so stoked like you wouldn't believe, because like, as far as I was aware, she couldn't get super stickers, so I don't know how that works. I don't know, but I would have thought that it wouldn't be able to come up there if you couldn't do it. So I'm presuming that you must be able to do it, because I'm actually doing a sneaky and I'm broadcasting onto Chalk's channel as well without her being here. So we'll see what she does. So it was kind of funny. Obviously, I'm nowhere near being monetized. You got to get 1,000 followers. Chalk's got over 1,000, you see. So that's where I know that she was able to do that sort of thing. But yeah, for me, you guys would know, but I'll just go and check, because I was always stuck on 169, and then it dropped down to 168, and yay, it's back up to 169. I can't seem to get over 170. Even with me content and stuff, I just can't seem to break through that bit. But yeah, on TikTok, I keep getting new followers, but there you go. I know, I get it. No, it's okay. Are you actually gone through Chalk's YouTube channel or mine? Because I know with mine, I'm nowhere near being monetized. I'm way, long way away. But Chalk and I are like this anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's all good. But because obviously I guessed as much, but no, that's just obviously. Thank you. But are you you're not on my YouTube channel? Is there a way? I know you're watching it through Chalk's YouTube, I'm presuming. Well, I will post my YouTube in the links. I just got to helps if I actually open up the live stream. I'll become and then I'll post it. Just got to wait half an hour for my phone to decide to work. There you go. Yes, okay. Yes, eventually it decides to pop up. That's my YouTube channel, so please feel free to join my YouTube, and then you could be number 170 and get me over the line. And that would be really good, because I keep on getting stuck at 169, and I have no idea why, but of course I just can't seem to get more than that. So, yeah, look, I'll give myself a thumbs up too. Please hit the thumbs up, and and you know, I'm sure people have subscribed. Hopefully you are now, Captain America. But yeah, there's always going to be some disharmony within the discords, and just going back to this question, there's always going to be some disharmony within the discords when you've got competing projects. Yeah, it's just challenging, isn't it? Because if Bia was actually doing the blockchain, you would think that he would put all of that to one side for the purpose of building who's Jared? If you link my server in your server. Okay. May I? Names change on different things, so I don't know whether you're actually the person here or here or. Okay. Sorry for my confusion, but are you meaning YouTube or Discord or sorry, I don't want to get too confused. Cool. Cool. All right, so that's done. Yeah, all right. I'll just got to get my link to my. I'll make a section for this. Okay. I know everything's happening. Like, just starts going rapid fire. And hopefully, yeah. So if there's any, because I know there's a few people here, if there's any questions at all, please fire away. If there's any opinions or anything you'd like to tell me, or that how much of an awesome guy I am or something, got to throw it out there. You never know. Please feel free to say it in the comments, whatever it might be. This is a very informal, casual sort of thing, so it's whatever goes within reason, of course. But please feel free to have your say. If anyone's curious, that's me YouTube channel. I haven't got any questions yet, so I just thought I would plug myself. got to give it a try. Yes, well, I've joined up to, what's this called? Rev. Oh, wicked! I got a friendly server status. Oh, wicked! Check that out. Down there, I got pause for the cars. Just there. How cool's that? I didn't even know I was in a. Geez, I'm learning something new every day. G'day, Creative Shorts. Thank you for calling in. Cheers. Bless you. And if you have any questions, anything at all, please feel free to say whatever you want. And if you ever feel up to it and you want to join me on live stream, and we can try and bumble through some sort of conversation, then because I know you say about limited English, but we can at least smile and nod at each other. Or, of course, we could do the old text while we're looking at each other. Got to try these different things. No, I don't want to leave. I'm going to stay. I was watching some of your videos, Creative Shorts. Are you, in your videos, is one of those handsome Indian people you? Because I'm presuming so, but of course I don't really want to make presumptions. Unless, of course, you're just posting random videos of random folk, but I don't think you'd be doing that. Well, not all of them anyway. I can remove that now. Next month. Geez, what am I to do? I've got to wait until next month. Thank you, Captain America. That is awesome. Thank you. 170. See how desperate I am to get to 170. I'll try and hold another. 170. Captain America, thank you very much. I got to 170. I broke that little, it was almost like a little insurmountable little wall that I just couldn't quite break. Oh, what do you reckon? This face is made for TV? Jeez, it doesn't matter, man. Like, come on, Leon. Don't start that sort of shit. As if we care about that. Handsome chappy as yourself. It's all good. It's all good. Hey, maybe Jared, he says, I have joined your server for... Oh, cool. I'm trying to get someone else here on YouTube, but I'm not succeeding at the moment. But feel free to ask any questions if there's anything that anyone wants to, even subjects to talk about or whatever it might be. I seem to be rather opinionated on stuff, so feel free to drop a subject line at all. And just trying to round up some people. Of course, I'm not the biggest of shows, but you can only do what you can do. It's all good. All you do is smile and nod and yeah, maybe try not to say too many things that are on my mind, but not that I really care. All the, I just sort of can't believe all of the. I'll just put it this way: I just can't believe all that shit today with selling down Treasury on Esco when far out. If I touched anything to mess up the LP on Calf, I'd get shot, and yet they can take hundreds of thousands out of it, and the community are there just going, bravo, bravo. And it's like double standards. It's just unbelievable. Well, bloody hell. Calf is only like this little big, and have a malicious act happen, and it's like the whole world sort of all the sky caved in, and it's like far out. Get a grip, man. But yeah, whatever. Hello. Goodbye. I had a visitor for a minute, and now the visitor's gone. Flash. You're a very quiet group. I just got to keep making stuff up myself, and I'll probably keep digging bigger holes for myself by just being left to my own device. Probably better if I get someone saying something, so then I don't do that. If BlackRock gets approved for their Bitcoin ETF, the bull run will kick into high gear very quickly. I would assume so, considering they're the world's biggest I don't know, what do you call it? An asset company? I don't know, with money in the world. And I would imagine there would be lots of people that would want to do Bitcoin stuff through BlackRock. So you would presume that that would be the case. But what you've got to be prepared for, though, is that there's only one time when that can happen. Of course, it can fuel future trades, but the one big pump, and then it might just hold a new line or whatever it does. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what it actually does. Right. Oh, the comments that I see. Circle CEO expects Bitcoin ETF to likely be approved. I really do think it's only a matter of time, don't you? That it would be that way. I really don't see it any other way. Of course, who am I to have any, I'm only voicing my own opinion, but I just don't see it being any other way, that at some stage it's all going to happen. But of course, they like to test the water, drag the narrative, try different agendas, and then let it fly once they've figured out that there's money in it for them. But it would be interesting. It would definitely change the game. What's Bitcoin at the moment? $500 million or something? $500 billion? Yeah. Maybe I should just have a look. Or maybe that's just in Australian dollars. This damn Australian and US dollar thing. Yeah, Australian dollar's not quite as good. Just logging into our local centralized exchange, and then I'll have a look. Well, I think, well, Miner, you are right, that obviously it's going to happen at some point. Well, I'm full of it today. All right, let's go to why doesn't my phone do its thing? Fine, I give up. All right, see, that's what you want to see, isn't it? An Australian Bitcoin is 46,253. Yeah, I know that was the price of a Bitcoin was 30,000, but what I was actually meaning the market cap, not actually what it's worth. Like, I know it's 30,000 USD, but the market cap, I know that at the last bull run, I think it got to $1 trillion, and then it ended up going down to about 500 billion, and I'm presuming that now it's probably about 650 or something like that. But that might be in Australian dollars, you see. So I'm really not sure whether that's Australian or USD. So I don't know. But yeah, I know 30,624 is USD. Yeah, that's correct. You are right, Whale Miner. You're onto it. You're the man. You ought to know. You're the one bloody mining the stuff. You could mine more, hey? It'd be nice if you could. It's the halving that set bull run miners loss. That's right. And that's where, like, but normally it gets halved, but the price of BTC always seems to do that when it has a halving event, yeah? Oh, comments. Can only ask. Just seeing if I can get any other guys to come on here. Maybe some people that could spice it up a bit. Give us some controversial stuff. Special. I was saying something about the ESCO treasurer earlier. Oh, God. What's happened? Bloody hell. Well, Brian put out a message. I'll read the message. It goes. Oh no, that's Prado. All right, here we go. This is a message I'm about to read out, and Captain America, you will learn it. It says, please be informed that over the next several hours, we will attempt a bot flush out through avid use of held ESCO tokens in the ESCO Treasury, SGT. A lower but concrete fundamental price floor will be cemented during this time, allowing for a better price entry for holder accumulation. What? Seriously? And then hold up for a sec. If that's not enough, I'll show you something. I just got to scroll up to find it now because it goes back a fair way. Oh, God, I must be getting close. ESCO, big red candle, and that's down to $56, by the way. It went down lower than that. I don't know exactly what it went down to, but it was about 52 or something at a guess. 53 or something maybe. So how does that statement sit with you? And then after that was done, where they sold off a heap of ESCO, then how many hours later? 2:51 to 4:13. So it's only like an hour and a half. An hour and a half later, then it said this one here, which is bot flush out has been finalized and the LP injection has completed, because he put 60,000 into the LP after that dump. So yeah, some people can touch the treasury and affect the LP, can't they? Wow, it's amazing. I get some fucking FUD on me, and it's like, you fucking serious? And you look at what they can do, and it's like, he must be fucking just laughing because he's like the untouchable. Oh, one day, you know, you can't keep doing shit like that and expect it to be all just happy days. At some point, it will catch up with you. Doesn't I don't care how good you think you are, that someday it's going to catch up with you. And the problem is that there's so many people in the community that are losing out to all this shit. Like, seriously, what's ESCO now? Well, it's $97 now. It's stuck below $100. It just can't crack the 100. You know, that's just what it is. I'll just open up me. Yeah, it's just it's just funny when you see a chart like that, and yet what did they say? The floor will be $500, and then a couple of $1,000 by July or something. I know I'm on drugs. It's a bit tatty now because it's nearly a week old, but that's me pain patch. I don't take it for pleasure, though. But seriously, to bot... What is it? What's the terminology? I just want to make sure I say the right bloody words, because I don't need to make this shit up, because it's so funny. Bot flush or some shit. It's like, you're fucking serious? Bot flush out. Who's ever heard of a bot flush out by selling tokens? All it does is right. Just hang on a sec. I'll set up something, and then I'll show you something. I'll try and do this a little bit more professional in a very unprofessional way. Right, so there's that one, that one. Right, so now I will share my screen and you'll see what I mean. Right, this is one bot that was trading. That's the dump today, and look at the bot doing its buys and sells. Okay, have you fixed that bot? All right, it's not enough. All right, well, let's look at that one. There's another one for you. Makes you think, doesn't it? And then another one. Do you reckon those bots have been fixed? You fucking tell me how you can determine a bot over a human doing a transaction. Please explain that to me. How you can possibly tell. I know you can tell after the fact, but I mean that before the bot does its thing. Like there is no way at the moment with the way that it's set up of determining whether it's a bot that's doing the trade or whether it's a human doing its trade. Hi, Ellie. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you. And smiley face to you too. Yeah, I just don't play his games. That's all. I just don't play the games. But I have a pretty good understanding of bots and stuff like that. And oh God. He's really doing an AMA with Travel Care CEO. Has anyone looked into Travel Care? Because I have. But have any of you guys looked into Travel Care and just sort of seen what the deal is and that sort of stuff? Because I have. So I have a pretty good idea of what's going on there with Travel Care. So I know that his narrative that he'll run in the AMA. Yes, I get that. Cooking. It's the way to a guy's heart. You can see the bots after they do their thing, yes, but to stop them doing a transaction prior to knowing whether it's a bot or a human, that's the point that I was making. And so then what is a bot flush out? Like what is a bot flush out? Like a bot will just sell its position and it will buy a new position. Like that's what they do. It's the same as what humans do, but without the emotion. Like they obviously do it to an algorithm. That's what they do. Yeah. Arbitrage. Yes. A lot of people are for and against bots. Personally, in my own opinion, is that sort of, let's say, if you can't beat them, join them, because unfortunately that's just the way it's set up. And if you don't do it, then someone else is going to do it. And I know plenty are doing it now, so it's just what it is. Trading is really, really difficult, seriously. It's funny because I can sort of tell people what to do, but I can't seem to do it myself. I think just about half the population has that story. Most bots lose. Well, it sounds like, well, Miner, I would love to have a chat to you just to see what the dynamics is, because I'm just curious to know, because like I hear varying opinions to that and things that contradict what you say. So, it'll be interesting to actually hear your experience. because it's intriguing to me to hear two different sides of a story, because how can it possibly be polarized? Like, you would think that if you had an algorithm set up, then either the algorithm is not set up right, or I don't know. Yeah. What about copy trading? Because there's a fair bit of that going on. What's your beliefs on copy trading? Yeah. Some people seem to maybe have more luck with knowing the buy and sell times, but it kind of gets a bit harder. It changes the I don't know, obviously, what position you're in, Captain America, and I know you're a hero on that, but I do know from my personal experience, when you maybe don't have so much cash available, that it can make you make decisions which are maybe not in the best interest of your pocket. Well, obviously, you love copy trading. I was just throwing it out there. I know you weren't being nasty at me. That's good. But yeah, that's a pretty heavy opinion. Yeah. Because I'll ask a question. Copy trading because of, just elaborate a little bit. See where that goes. It didn't work for me. Copy trading on Bybit. If any other places are better, do let me know. Obviously, in my position, I get copy traders, or they may be scammers. I don't know. I get bloody heaps of people contact me wanting shit. Become a CEO and see where you go. Like, you just get so much of the shit. But yeah. I used to do FX back in the day, scalping, but it was too stressful. Yeah. Yeah. I'm presuming BTC, and that's your long positions. I'll just throw that one out there. Whale Miner knows all about that. Yeah, I think you're very right there. Yeah. What do you guys think of Confirmant? Like, he was doing the TA stuff and is setting up his own like trading group of, like, analyzing charts and stuff like that, and trying to figure out whether they should or shouldn't buy and sell and that sort of stuff. What about that sort of stuff, Whale Miner? Like, with Confirmant, like, good, not good? Like, what do you reckon about that? Because that's essentially like copy trading, but of course you're not paying like a copy trader. Something different. It just sounds like very, very normal stuff that we all contend with. Like, I'm looking at, I've been in talks with Kyoto about moving not moving, but of launching a calf token on Kyoto. And there is a possibility that I fit the criteria for becoming a green partner on Kyoto because of the animal ethics side. So it'll be interesting, I've obviously just watched this space, but there is another blockchain as well, which we should be gold partners with as well because of the animal ethics. So there's a few things that are happening there, but with Kyoto, that's where I've been in private talks with them, or not private, as like I'm allowed to disclose it. Talks with them about joining their blockchain, but obviously I've got to wait until back when I was talking probably about 10 days ago or so, there was like 30 to 60 days wait time, so who knows. But of course, like if I can do something like that, then that just helps to increase the volume on Kyoto, which, obviously will at least do a tiny bit to help your position in Kyoto. So yeah, no, Whale Miner, he was doing TA on it, but when it become conclusively apparent, and I'll put these words out there because this is what he's relayed to me, when it's become conclusively apparent that it was being manipulated for like BL's own agendas, then he stopped doing TA on it. I know he'd done it for a long time, yes, but whenever he would do TA on it, then there was always forces there that was beyond his control, like whether you call it the shit group and bloody whatever, like it's just pure market manipulation. But he did pull out of doing TA on it because of exactly that point. So, like you can fault a guy for doing what he believes is right until they become aware that it's no longer right, and then he stopped doing it. So I don't know whether that changes your opinion or whether that you're already fully aware of that. Well, you probably are. But, I think that does hold some pretty decent sort of integrity with the fella that he's prepared to call it like that. So, but of course, that's my opinion. And for what I've known of Confirming, he's been a fair income sort of bloke. He's been good. Like, as far as his personality goes, he's faultless, I believe. But it doesn't mean that his TA is, of course. Like TA is TA. It's just an assessment using sort of chart plotting to make a best guess on what's going to happen. Maybe, Yeah. And it's a matter of hanging in there too, isn't it? Like, I know this is a calf thing. It's just one of those things where, like, I just obviously want to try and continue at least enough trading volume on calf where it at least hangs around, because obviously it's not going anywhere from what I'm doing, but I just hopefully am building a community, and we'll just see what happens. But I'm certainly trying, put it that way. Yeah, that's right. But like, he seems to like do pretty well on his TA stuff. I'm obviously no assessor of TAs. Like I don't know whether he is good or not good as a TA, but I presume that he's doing all right. But I think that when he seen that it was clear that there was manipulation going on from Brian, that he pulled away from doing TA for Seifu. So that does say something, that's my opinion. That definitely says something. And yeah, I've had some private conversations with Confirmant, but I'm not swayed with my opinion here. I'm just laying it out exactly the way I think. And I think that he's a good guy doing a good job. And he's setting up his own little business, doing his thing. And, I know that every following someone always has its risks of judgment, of what their assessment is of what the market might do. But we can only, at some stage, you either just back yourself in or you go with at least some other knowledge that you can accumulate. And the way that I see it is that his knowledge seems to be pretty good, but that's my opinion. Apart from BTC and CAF, I don't like ETH, but everyone loves ETH. Last year I did really good. I picked Venus, and I bought it at that's XVS. I bought it at like $4 or something. This is talking Australian. And then it went up to $250 odd or something like that. And I was on sorry, my head hurts. I wouldn't. I don't have a top 5 of anything, because like they vary so much. Like I'd really have to put some thought into it. I know in the past I was always an adder and an XRP sort of person, but they never went anywhere. Well, not adder anyway. What was it? I know Chainlink was one that I really liked. And but like in my own opinion, I thought Sandbox is good. I'm not going by market caps here or anything like that. I'm just laying it out there to what I thought was good ones. But of course, everyone's got different opinions. Like seriously, you could ask 100 people and end up with 90 different opinions. Engine, I always, everyone's done well out of just about everything at some stage. Like it's just such a difficult thing. I had a fair bit of XCM when they did the snapshot for whatever that other thing was that we got. Jesus, it's going back some time now. I done well at a VRA for a while there. But, like everyone's got a story when it comes to different altcoins that they've or alt tokens that they've been on, and everyone sort of has, to some degree, whether they admit it or not, some sort of emotional attachment to a win that they've had in the past, and that sways their opinion a little bit. And so it can I love that comment though. It's certainly a good buy time. Like, seriously, like what are we still hovering around bloody in the not even a cent bracket now? And it's like, yeah, great. Every time you think you sort of reach the floor, and then we jump up a bit, and then the floor gets hit again. So everyone loves saying floor, but the floor is obviously when everyone's sold. So obviously we're not going to get, hopefully we don't see that. There you go. Yeah, I think you are absolutely dead right there. Like, you could pretty much just, you could go with any of those ones that you just said, like top 20, and whenever the bull market comes, you're going to be sitting pretty, aren't you? It seems to be the way to do it. Yeah. Don't we all get screwed at times? If you've hung around long enough and fiddled with buying and selling, yep. Unless, of course, it's screwed in some other way, whether it's like rugging or whatever it might be. I don't know. I hope not. I was screwed over by people. Mixed business and family, hey? That's, I'm presuming, that's what it is. Ada did well from 3 cents. I sold it $2. Yeah, that's right. And it's like Doge. Like, I picked up a heap of Doge at like 15 cents or whatever, and I sold it out on Saturday Night Live, and it went up to just under $1, and I sold it out right on the peak. So like, it's just one of those quick fly things, which was bloody good. I got that one good because I think I sold out at like 96 cents or something like that, and it was pretty much right on the very peak. Because I didn't think with Saturday Night Live, when Elon went on there, that it was going to top $1. Everyone was saying it's got to get to $1, but I really didn't think it was going to do that. I thought that they would sell out beforehand, and so I sold out at like 96 cents or something. And then all of a sudden, yep, that's right. Yep, you could name. You can go through a hell of a lot of listing on things just to hold, just to bag and hold. Sorry for screwing my face. It's just my brain telling me. Yeah. And that's why when you're in a crypto winter, if you call it a crypto winter, well, then it's a time to accumulate just a little bit every paycheck or whatever. Just slip a little bit aside, and like obviously not financial advice, but something like calf put in the mix. I don't know, but I do know about Kyoto and another blockchain that Calf will be on. What impact that will have, I don't know. But I know that's going to open the doors for more marketing, a bigger community, more eyes, and of course they'll be bridged together, so there'll be arbitrage that you'll be able to do from one blockchain to the other. So maybe there's some good days ahead. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I'm not a Daniel Prado. I'm not a BL. I'm not throwing out, like carrots and trying to suck you in, but hopefully maybe, you guys can tell me whether you think that's a positive thing or not. Just tell me what you think. I know the partnerships that we're doing with the two other blockchains, as long as the partnerships go through, that's going to be, that in itself has to be good, surely. Because it's not just like a meme coin or meme token or something like that that's getting put onto those blockchains, because it actually has utility. It'd be a bloody big book, wouldn't it? Yeah, and Ellie, have you seen you've seen I've released 3 tokens altogether now, and you've seen the dealings with one token. Did you see what? You don't have to tell me descriptive, but did you see that all take place and whatever happened there? Yeah, well, the BlackRock thing is probably the biggest thing, isn't it? That was said earlier. Like that could really signal. That's why, like, just be ready. Yeah. I think that's like it's a diversified, smartest thing you could do, and I think you're going to be in a good position. Like obviously that's just my opinion. I think that there is sounding sound. Like that looks good. Oh, right. You built a house and they stole it. Who stole it? Is that family you mean? I'm presuming. I think you were saying about family that you're not talking to anymore and that sort of stuff. Yes. Well, technically, market manipulation is every time someone does a buy and a sell is manipulating the market. So technically, that is market manipulation every time you do something. But what they're talking about mainly with manipulation is malicious manipulation, which is set to serve your own benefit, not the benefit of. I know that it's a selfish trade. Like most people only think about themselves. Like if there's $1 to be made, well, then you make $1. But they're talking about, I know you're well aware of that. Like it's not rocket science. I know you know. Absolutely got to learn to pivot. Hackers, whales, market manipulators will always be part of the game. Yep. And that's why, like with Calf Token, I don't want a whale as such to come in and just sweep a whole heap of tokens, and then obviously you can get a little bit of a price pump, and then all of a sudden just land you flat in your face again. And it's like, yeah, I achieved well out of that. And that's why I like it to be accumulated over time and getting spread, but yeah, well, like I was heavy in real estate at one stage in my younger days when I was fit and able and was earning well. where I was developing quite a few properties, and then the GFC came along and made a meal of me. I didn't end up going bankrupt, but we're obviously still feeling, hence the shed that we're in, still feeling the repercussions of that, because I had a bloody nice house. But, it was just, everyone goes through their stuff, and that's what it is, isn't it? Like, we all live with it and have got these varied experiences, good, bad, or indifferent. It's just what it is. And yeah, it doesn't matter whether you're a good person or not a good person. I know no one's going to admit they're not a good person, but it happens to everyone, except for some of us in our current community. We could probably say it happens to too many of the little people. They're getting knocked around because of malicious market manipulation. But I just can't get over that flushing bots. That's just like, tell me how you can flush bots out. You can make them sell their positions, I suppose, on the old calf token, it was a zero tax token, and there was front run bots, and when you did like certain size buys or sells, then you'd trigger the bot. And I was messing with the bot a lot, and I made it where I learned the algorithm quite well, and I was able to trade against the bot and do certain actions to make it lose up to like $10 at a time. But then if you happen to make a mistake, then it would get its $10 back. And I was like, yeah, great. Got to go through the cycle again. Because the cycle that I'm talking about is sell, and buy in certain size, and then sell and then buy again, to be able to trigger the bot to be able to lose its position. And then you got to sneak it back into where you're at and then do it all over again. Obviously, that's a very layman's way of putting it, but it's what I call bot fighting. But what got me when you start bot fighting is that if you end up with a second bot jumping in on you, and it's like, oh, for goodness sake, right now I need to do a buy, but of course the second bot has got it where it wants me to do a sell. Yeah, and so it's like, it's opposing the direction that I need to go. And it's like, oh, God, I'm not going to lose on one of the bots. And, yeah, it just drives you nuts and ends up making, you end up running yourself around in circles, bloody chasing these bloody bots. And that's where it was pretty funny, because without any, obviously, you end up, give or take a bit, losing a few tokens or whatever. But you could quite easily get up like $40,000 or $50,000 worth of trading on your token, and you end up not contributing a cent because you're just selling and buying and fighting the bot all the time. And the bot obviously does a heap of trades as well, so it just keeps improving the trade position by, and that's why I was always curious about, like, on the new contract I can vary taxes, and at the moment it's on 3%, and I was wondering if I put it to 0 and get front run bot, I'd take off it's got an anti-bot feature as well for front run bots, and if I disable that, then I could get front run bots on there, and I could do trading back and forth the same as what I did before, and get volume without really outlaying any or very little amount of money. Sometimes even make $1, but that's not the point. It was all about volume. And that way then you can inflate your volume figures without really costing anyone any money. So, any thoughts on that? Just throwing it out there. That's a fishing line, by the way. Just throwing it out there. See what you think about that idea. But I know that's one way to artificially stimulate volume, is to have front run bots that you work, do your trades for and against to get it the direction that you want it to go. So then you can either make the bot just create volume, or of course, hopefully try and make it lose $1. You can never really make them lose that. Well, I couldn't, never really learned how to make them lose that much, but I was messing around with them a hell of a lot. But the worst thing that happens when you're doing bot fighting is someone else jumping in and doing a buy because they're an, and that's why you always sort of try and pick mid-afternoons, my time, to do it, because that's when America's asleep, and generally you don't have people hanging around, so then you can mess around on your token a bit and people aren't see these wild fluctuations taking place. And yeah, who knows, I might do that again. make calf do something like that and stimulate a whole heap of volume. I don't know, just throwing it out there, different ideas that you can. Yeah, because at the moment with calf, like, I don't think anyone would really care, because like the organic volume is so limited that I don't really think that anything I do could really do any harm. And if I create, I can post on Discord or whatever, and let people know that the front run bot feature is turned off. So, like, maybe just, don't even buy any tokens for the day or whatever, and just let us do our thing and just create some wild volume and see what happens. But there you go. That's some crazy thought. It's always interesting when you do that sort of stuff. A little bit of bot attacking. Oh, it's my granddaughter. Well, one of them. She's, like, it's amazing how fast years go, isn't it? Like, just doesn't hang around. Just catching up with me Discord while I'm not really getting any questions. If you guys have anything to say, just please yell it out from the rafters. Say. Houses are very much like that, though, where obviously I'm going back up to here. I don't like the bit about stole it, but the housing market is like obviously crypto, but a lot slower because of riding the ups and downs. Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, it's amazing. Like, I wish I was experienced in trading before the last bull run, because I got in at the beginning of 2020 or 21 or whatever it was. Yeah, it's a long time ago, a couple of years ago and a bit. And yeah, so many mistakes. So many times I should have known just to sell, and other times to buy and hold or whatever it might have been. Way more experience now at following the ideas of what things are going to do. Yeah. Hey, is he live at the moment? I was just asking Crypto Star Daily if he wanted to join. And it looks like he might be live. Stupid ads just drive you nuts. No, he's not live. Made $1 million plus. So easy for it to disappear, though. I hope your family loves you. Usually when you start giving stuff away, it just creates issues. But hopefully not. You just never know. Anyway, all looks like conversation has quietened down, maybe. No new comments. It's been bloody good that you guys have turned up and say good day, do your thing. Well, oh yes. Certainly good when you start getting more views and stuff, though, on your different things that you can do. If anyone has any other sort of things they'd like to talk about, let me know. This is nearly 2 hours now on mine and Chalk, so Mr. Dawes turned up. Yeah, I know. Do you like my virtual background? I made this, well, it's sort of a room, so at least I got somewhere to be able to do a live stream at night time. So yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. It's not going to get easier, is it? There's no doubt about that. No, Andrew, we're doing this sort of most nights now. We're just doing these live streams, but Chalk hasn't or had family visits, so she wasn't able to join me tonight and tomorrow night. So, yeah. I take it you're busy. You don't want to come on live? Mr. Holiday? You're probably busy working. Or at least pretending to work. Just directing. That's what it is. Busy. Sure. Don't worry, I know the feeling. It's all good. We just do what we do. Absolutely, guys. Like, leave a comment and hashtag calf V2 and cause for the calves and stuff like that. And please do a thumbs up. Just anything at all. Just fantastic. All helps algorithms. Helps to get the name out there. I changed a little bit of algorithmic stuff, the way I'm doing the hashtags on TikTok and that, and it seems like I'm getting more views now. So, all you can do is and I'm getting better at editing now. So, believe it or not, I find I can do the film editing on the computer, but it's easier on the phone. You wouldn't think so, but it just works easier on the phone than on the computer. So go figure. But look, I could do this. I could put up a fancy banner saying, "Oh no, Chalk wrote that." Oh, look what Chalk wrote for me. It wasn't very nice, was it? But if I do that, there you go. How's that, Leon? That help at all? I know, but Chalk wrote that as a banner thing and stuck it up there. It wasn't lies. It was just that I mightn't say things that are factual when we're having a general discussion, when it's only your own opinion, that maybe I'm speaking a little bit beyond my expertise, maybe. Thank you very much, Captain America. And, geez, I'm doing that thing for you, aren't I? Thank you very much, Captain America. And thank you for the super sticker. That's awesome, mate. Thank you so much. And cheers. Thank you for joining in and letting us know a few experiences that you have. So thank you very much. Yeah, well, I've been at it for 2 hours. I think I'm going to end up calling it a day. So thank you, Andrew. I know you're here late, but that's all right. Better late than never. And Leon, thank you very much. Obviously, Captain America, Ellie, thank you so much, Ellie. You contributed heaps and heaps to the conversation today. Whale Miner as well. Thank you very much for your contributions. And Creative Shorts popped in. Thank you very much, Creative Shorts. I know El Nanny was here at the beginning. Thank you very much, El Nanny. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I've got everyone. Thank you so much, guys, for ducking in and saying good day. And yeah, it's definitely a day. We got some sunshine at the moment, so, well, not at the moment because it's black, but during the daytime we got fine days, so it's extra cold tonight because it's quite clear skies. And so, yeah. But thank you very much, everyone, for joining in. And take care, Andrew, and I'll talk to you shortly, no doubt. And last time I played the intro when I wanted to play an outro, so this time I think I've got it definitely on outro. All right, take care. Thank you. Love yous all. See ya.